via Instagram and through conversations with Colin personally. And when I heard about the great works he was doing in the community, I decided to pledge $10,000 to match what he's doing, because I love what he's doing. I love doing great work in the community. And Kaepernick, keep up the great work. You got my money anytime.
That video was posted this morning announcing Snoop's $20,000 pledge to Mothers Against Police Brutality. So Snoop, why did you decide to do that?
First of all, I was really glad that Colin Kaepernick wrapped his hands around something that he could make an initiative, because there was a lot of conversations that, you know, it got lost, the initiative of what he took the knee for. And once he came up with this situation right here, and it was a foundation that was something that spoke dearly to me, Mothers Against Police Brutality. You know, in the community, we deal with this all the time. So I wanted to be, you know, like a help for them, for recovering mothers from this situation, and just trying to put my issue in on something that's positive that he's doing in the community, and I can stand by him with that and let my money, you know, put it where my mouth is.
Where do you think Colin is headed from this point? Do you see any football left for him? Do you think that's over and done? And if it is, what's next for him?
I think he's seriously involved in community work. This has taken him back to probably to the beginning of what he wanted to be in life. I think this outweighs football, because sometimes in life you got to find your true calling, you know. Me as a rapper, but football coach is my true calling.
Yeah, it is.
You know, and sometimes you got to get to that to get to that. And I just, being with him and knowing him before this and knowing him now, he's heavily involved in this. And this is not a money motivation thing. This is a community motivated thing. He's actually out there physically doing the work. That's why I can support him, because I see it. If I didn't see it, I wouldn't support it. I see it, I believe it, and I want to be a part of it.
So you don't believe he's ever going to play in the NFL again? Not because of his ability, because I don't believe it has anything to do with ability. You just believe the stance that he took and how volatile it was and how people perceived what he was doing as a disrespect to a flag, to the anthem, to the military. You think that outweighs his ability to play quarterback in the NFL?
I think that outweighs it. I think he's blackballed, and I think his mind isn't on football anymore. So all of those things have to fall into equation, because he's not focused on a playbook. He's not focused on reading coverages. He's focused on the community. He's focused on what's going on every day in these communities, and that's outweighing the football mentality that he had, which makes it easier for the league to blackball him and continue to not give him a job, which he's walking away from peacefully. He's not signing or making any grievances that I know of, which he could. He could have a real big grievance right now that he could really get a whole lot of money. I watched that Esquire movie with Denzel that showed me a few things about the law, that he could really have a real case right now, but he's not pursuing that. He's doing community work, which I respect him for that, because we don't go to court when we're from the streets.
Good for
We hold
him.
court in the streets.
I hear you. All right, let's go back to the playing field. What was your takeaway from the New England win yesterday?
Referees, I mean, nah, man, Belichick, Brady, they the greatest to ever do it, man. I can't even front, man. When Jacksonville was up, I think it was 14-3, and me and my homies, we was watching, we was like, they need to at least get a field goal before the half. And they didn't.
Nope.
And they let Tom Terrific do what he do, and the whole momentum changed, and you could just feel it just shifting and shifting and shifting. And once you give Brady a shot at picking apart the best defense, the defense got tired, the mismatches started to become exposed, and there you have it. It's like the veteran team outweighs the rookie team. They were so excited, but they didn't realize you hold that down in the fourth quarter, because you're going to run out of gas, young man. You're running too fast. And they ran out of gas. And I think, in my mind, if they'd have had Eli Manning, they'd have won it.
Yep, you're probably
That's
right.
just hindsight.
Are you surprised that down the stretch how poorly the defense played, considering what they have on that side of the football? You would think in a situation like this, you want your defense on the field. You're a defensive-based football team. You want that unit on the field to close it home and say, Tom, not today.
Yeah, but remember, the offense couldn't pull away. They had a little distance. They just needed to get a little bit more distance.
Conservative.
Exactly. Playing soft. When you could have been going back to Mercedes, you know, mixing it up a little bit, going up the field. Marquise Lee and them guys was getting separation. It was happening. But I think they just froze. You know, they say when your butt get tight, when the game get close like that, that's what I think happened with the coaching staff, with the Jags. They got a little tight. and got conservative instead of saying, let's kill. Let's go for the kill. Because when Tom Terrific get the ball, when Captain America get it, he's going for the kill, buddy. He's not going for the field goal with Gaskowski. He's going to the fun zone. No in-betweens.
So you know Foxborough, you performed in Foxborough, but do you and your friends, as you watch the game, do you get sick and tired of Brady and Belichick?
I got a friend named Percy, and he calls himself Patriot Man. And every time the Patriots win, he put this little mask on, and we didn't bet, and he didn't on Instagram telling how many people owe him money, and it becomes tiring at a certain point, but somebody need to do something about it. That's just simple. I'm a football coach, man.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, do something about it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad the Steelers did something about it. Get rid of Todd Haley. No play calling, 6 year, can't beat Brady. Get out of here.
What you gonna do about that defense? What you gonna do about that defense?
Go get Dick LeBeau back. Hey, Palomalo, you available?
Yeah. And you have been a lifelong Steelers fan.
For life, since the 70s, Skip. You know what I'm talking about? 70s.
Hey, look at James Harrison. I told Skip,
proud of him.
Skip, they signed James Harrison for one play.
And he made it.
Y'all had the man on the bench, had the man on ice, Snoop.
But when he put up things on Instagram, I'm one of the guys that likes his pictures. I DM'd him. I said, "Lil bro, I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. Take care of your family. Go to work." See, because he was an appliance that wasn't being used.
Right.
Belichick seen that appliance and said, "Okay, well, we don't need about 3 or 4 plays up out of him. We need one against Jacksonville, delivered, and we're gonna need one against
Probably
the
need
Eagles,
one. Yep.
and he's gonna deliver.
Yeah.
Because he's that professional that knows how to beat this guy. He's gonna either beat him with quickness, overpower him, or either gonna do some type of move that he ain't never seen before.
So how much do you hold Mike Tomlin responsible for what hasn't happened with the Steelers?
You gotta hold him at least 70% because he's the head coach.
Yep.
You give him 70%, and then the rest of the staff on down the line. You know, you gotta D coordinator, that's your responsibility. O coordinator, that's your responsibility. And Tom is the kind of coach that gives him the room to breathe. I don't see him all in their ear telling him do this, or do that. He's not that kind of a coach.
Might need to start there.
I think so. I think that's what he needs to be more instrumental, because he's instrumental with the players. And I feel if he was instrumental with the coaches, then the message would get relayed, because they respect him on his time.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they respect that OC and that DC. And that was apparent with Ben and Todd having their disputes, and it just was too much going on with all that talent out there. Let Ben do what he do, man. Todd, you're supposed to assist him, not get in his way.
Well, hold on. What about all this? Keith Butler, the defensive coordinator, started talking about the Patriots in March and how they played too much zone. And if you think about it, all they were talking about, oh, New England, oh, New England. Like these other teams were just going to get out of their way and let there be a rematch of last year's AFC Conference Championship. Do you think they were talking too much and weren't focused on the game in front of them and were looking too far down the road?
Yeah, because the Jags is real. You know, you got to get them there. They're a real team on both sides of the ball. And I think that they disrespected the Jags by asking for the rematch and then not playing great football when the Jags came to town for the second time. That is not easy to do, to win in Heinz Field two times with a team that we had, with the quarterback that we had, with the running back, the receivers. So it is what it is. I give respect to the Jags. I lost a lot of money that game. I lost a lot of respect. But I want to say that the Jags defense and Mercedes Lewis from Long Beach Poly High School, y'all did y'all thing, man.
I appreciate these, honey. I appreciate these,
Thank
honey.
you so much
Yeah.
for
But next time, come
our
with them
guests.
creams. Them
I got you, dog.
Okay.
You gonna fire him up now?
Yeah,
You got your extra goodies too.
yeah, you.
Skip, don't start no mess on that.
Exactly.
Be sure to check out
family
Coach
show.
Snoop on Netflix February 2nd. Snoop, thanks for joining us.
Thank y'all for having me.
Is Ty Lue on his way out in Cleveland? We'll discuss that next.